This is the Milk Dog Show. Welcome to the Milk Dog Show. Welcome to Dr. Milk Dog. We talk about everything and nothing. What's on your mind? Share with us. The Milk Dog Show. The Milk Dog Show.
Hey Ralph.
What's going on, Milk Dog? Are you ready?
Yeah, it's going on. That's going on. And you?
I'm doing good. You ready to, did you want to say something?
Yeah, why do you sound so serious?
Because I try to do serious things. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Milk Dog 2020 podcast. You guys can check it out wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow Milk Dog on YouTube, Milk Dog 2020 on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, etc., through all your social medias. We're here to discuss a very serious topic that a lot of people may not know about. I recently tried to research it myself, trying to find out, what kind of questions to ask. But the best way to do it is to free flow it and to talk to someone who's actually living through it. And we're talking about MS, which is multiple sclerosis. And we have Milk Dog 2020. And Milk Dog, first off, I want to get to know who you are personally as much as you want to give out. So for the listeners out there, can you maybe give your first name that's not Milk Dog, but I understand that's your
Mickey.
podcast.
It's Mickey.
So for everybody, that's Mickey. Mickey is out of Sweden. So
Yeah.
was that your birthplace, Mickey?
No, my birthplace was Denmark. Then we emigrate.
Was there any crazy situations when you migrated to Sweden? Were you an older kid or younger kid?
No, the only thing I remember was the boat ride over from Denmark to Sweden. Many people died.
Really? How old were you? No. You have to let me know when you're joking, Milt.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I had to say. When I'm cornered, I say a joke. That's me. It's my defense.
Well, that's very good to know. A lot of people have a lot of defense mechanisms when they feel cornered. I don't want you to feel cornered. I want you to feel comfortable with the question that I asked.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, in terms of coming over, you said you were still a baby when you came to Sweden?
Yeah, I was 1.5.
Okay. How do you describe your life as a child growing up in Sweden?
No, there's where the MS came in. I'm thinking about my life, and I hate my life. So I can't say anything positive.
Well, I mean, I understand that you would say that, but just to get an idea, like, when did you start to notice your MS symptoms?
I was around. I'm trying to pick up my age. I was around 37 when I started to go to the doctor.
37. So do you have an understanding of what MS is? Like, are you able to explain it to people what it is?
When I got the diagnosis, then I have to search it and see on YouTube and all that. But I don't give a shit.
So why do you say that you don't care?
Yeah.
Why do you say you don't care about it?
I got it. So what to do? It's nothing to fight against.
Well, there's a lot of new technologies and new techniques out there to try and to give you a better quality of life, right?
Yeah, but you have to afford it. And it's like when they say, if you train, you're gonna feel better. Yeah. And then I'm back again. Train, back again. Train, back again.
So you're saying it's a lot difficult. It's more difficult to keep up the lifestyle, just to have a better day.
Yeah, for me to get better is training.
Right. So, okay. So when you were 37, you thought that you wanted. What did you feel at that time that you said, okay, I need to go get checked out?
But the thing is, it wasn't me. I had my complications and all that. So my ex-wife is the one only well done in her life.
So your ex-wife was the one that pushed you on to do it?
Yeah. She was really into it. She made appointments to doctors and all that.
So what was what kind of tests did they do to you? Do you remember?
Much checking the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and was the eyes. But my doctor in how do you say it in U.S. the communal hospital in every town. She couldn't understand what was wrong with me, so she asked a colleague for help. Did the eye test with a finger. So back and forth. And then you need to do a brain magnet.
Mm-hmm. And I guess you mean MRI, right? They did an MRI on you? Okay. Did they find, because in my brief research on it, did they find lesions in your spine, in your neck, in your brain?
No, MS is you get, how do you say that? See, attacks. Mm-hmm. Suddenly you can't see for 2 weeks and so you get a plaque on your brain.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how they see things.
So like an attack on your nervous system and your brain?
Yeah, my nervous system.
Okay. Can you describe what is a bad day of MS? Can you describe a bad day of MS?
A bad day of MS.
Like, do you get those attacks a lot on certain days? Or is it just the same throughout, the whole time?
MS that's called progressive. So it ain't like a normal situation sign. MS. My curve is going down slowly.
Meaning your curve, what?
My health.
So it's progressively
everything
getting
with
worse.
a nerve or a muscle is decreasing.
Okay. So, what are some of the treatments or things that they recommend for you?
Training.
What kind of training?
No medicine training? And stuff like that. Training.
Is there something that you have to do on a daily basis?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's not training physical. You train your brain too, in different ways. Because
can you give an example?
MS is a brain disease. It starts in the brain.
And they haven't been able to come up with the cause of it, right?
I think it's God that pointed at me and said, Emmett.
It's like, yeah, we're gonna deal this card.
Yeah, I'm selected somewhere.
Yeah. I won the lottery.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, your sense of humor is what helps you out through this whole thing, and I understand you really need to have one. But what do you say to someone that might find it, or they find it early, or they've been diagnosed with it? Is there something that you want to let them know? How you've been diagnosed since 37?
The bad
so what
side.
is that? 10 years? That's 10 years already having it?
I don't know how I would react with a young person that find out recently. I don't know if I want to meet them because I'm a bad example.
Okay, why do you think you're a bad example?
Because I gave up to the disease.
So
and people around me do not understand because I don't take any decisions. I just live alone. That people around me have to take decisions for me.
And so are you saying you don't have a say in any of the decisions?
No. I want people around like a good man in life. Not just the money, in the life decisions.
So let me get into what was it like when you first found out with your ex-wife, obviously, and your children? How did that? Did you already have children at the time when you got diagnosed?
Yeah.
So how did that unfold? Like, how did that come out? Did you tell them?
To my kids, or
yes, to your kids.
There were no sit down or something like that. It was just, I am fucking MS, and that's it. Google it.
Well, I guess coming from you, you didn't really sit down and talk to them about it. Did you leave it up to your ex-wife to deal with it?
I didn't.
In terms of explaining it to the children, that's what I mean.
I didn't sit down with the children.
Okay.
My disease, and I wish I did, for real. I wish I did. The communication with it's going better now. I know what to talk about. Earlier I was so fucking into me.
Which is understandable. I mean, it's happening to you, so you're the one that really has to deal with it. Everybody else gets to move on with their lives, right? And you're fighting for yours. At what age was your children when you were diagnosed?
I think the oldest one was around 15, 14.
He was 7 years old when you were diagnosed?
I said 15, 14.
Oh, 15, 14, I'm sorry. So, did he come talk to you at that age when they found out?
Not about my sickness, nothing about that. But I was a bad dad. All my teens and all, I regret everything.
In what way do you feel like you were a bad father? And you're talking before you were diagnosed, correct?
Again?
You mean before you were diagnosed, do you feel like you were a bad father?
Hell yeah. Now when I'm thinking I was a great person, I was doing everything right like everybody else, but I felt the emotions weren't there. All that.
Can you give me an example of that? You mean you were doing everything right, meaning what? Like getting the job? What, supporting the family? What do you mean doing everything right?
Trust me, I supported my family.
Okay.
Trust me, I did.
No, I understand. I'm trying to understand what you mean that you felt like you were doing the right thing, but your feelings wasn't in it. Is that what you mean?
When I'm looking back to my years, then I feel this ain't right. Why did I do this? It's no special example. It's the whole situation.
So do you? I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. So you're saying you don't know. Like, are you regretting the life decisions you did because you ended up in this place? Is that what you mean?
Like I said earlier, it is a brain disease. Mm-hmm. So my brain is affected. Mm-hmm. It ain't affected because I'm the smartest one in here, according to me. But right. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, my decisions were fucked up. When I think about them, it's so wrong, so wrong. And I'm surprised that I'm alive. Why haven't anybody killed me?
So, I'm trying to understand where you're coming from again. When you say you made bad decisions. So
yeah, and even that
you treated people badly. Is that what you mean?
No, for me, my work was my life. So I choose my work before my family. I want to be the best employee.
Right. Yeah, that's. Go ahead, continue.
I have been that in sports and everything. I want to be best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's. That seems to. I mean, I don't want to. That seems to be like a human being thing, maybe a guy thing. Mainly because you were supposed to. You wanted to be the best, to be the provider for your family, right?
No, my God. If you miss something, then you think you have to be best. So it must be emotions or something. To replace something.
So you never wanted to be without. Is that what you mean?
I wanted to be best. I was thinking that people around me have to work like me if it's in the work. I want to be the best.
So, and now you're thinking, because you're going back at it, you're thinking, I'm not, I made the bad decisions, right? Because those things weren't important.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what kind of things do you think were important or are important?
What's important?
Yes, things that you...
For me, it was to be seen. Always be seen. See me how good I am. See that. That was most important for me, to be seen that I'm doing a great job. But it went wrong.
Were you a religious person in your life?
Never been.
Never been? You never believed it? Your parents never believed in it?
Nah. We believe, but we ain't going to church and stuff.
Right. Was your ex-wife a believer?
Nah, she's Satan herself. So nah.
She's Satan herself. I guess that could be a whole nother episode. All right, I understand.
Yeah.
So,
wait. We can say one thing about her.
okay.
I can give you a small example.
Okay.
Most evil person in the world. And on her Facebook page, she has Proud Christian. And I didn't think Satan could type that.
Now, of course, that makes me laugh. Obviously, those that are listening to this for the first time, they might not know the backstory behind this. But if you want to go into that quickly, you can. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
Repeat yourself.
So I understand that you like to, you're making jokes about your ex-wife being Satan. I'm sure there's a backstory behind it. I don't know if you want to go into that now.
But because I was an asshole, so who am I to judge?
Yeah, I understand. That's, sometimes we have to embrace the decisions that we've made as well, not just blame others' decisions. So, going back to MS, now, did they do any? Were you allowed, or did you ever talk to anybody else that had MS, or?
Yeah, I went to rehab stations.
Okay.
And met many people.
Did you ever talk to them, or did you just feel like this is an AA meeting? I don't want to be here. Or did you actually?
I've always been into girls. So when I get to a rehab session, I was checking who looks nice.
So even in rehab, you were checking out the ladies.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Any attractive? Was there a lot of attractive ones there? Yes. Okay. So, did you see a lot? So, just from that observation, do you see that there's more women with MS than men?
There is. I heard that it is more women.
Has anybody asked you why? Or, I mean, has anybody told you why?
Yeah, but I do not remember.
No? Okay. Just an interesting observation.
But we can say that one of my caretakers, if we call them that, he told me about his friend from there. I don't know. Okay.
Okay. Sure. So you went through these, like, how long did you go to these meetings?
In the beginning, I was trying to fight against it and train. So I went for a year. But after that, I decided, what the fuck, let it take me.
How long do you consider? How long were you fighting? Do you think you were fighting for? Fighting against it? A year? 2 years?
Yeah, you here.
Mm-hmm. So about a few years you were fighting?
2 years. Yeah, a few
2
years.
years. Okay. And then what happened? You just got like another diagnosis, and they said that it's still progressing?
No, I just felt why. Everybody, as soon as you get born, it's the beginning for your death.
Right.
So why?
So you feel like it is a lost cause? This is not worth keeping fighting on?
Not worry, because I'm not worthy.
You're not worthy to keep fighting, is that what you're saying? You don't feel worthy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because all my life I've been an asshole. Why continually?
So I'm trying to figure. I want to get to the. I want to understand, how did you come to the realization? Because there's a lot of people out there that go through life not knowing that they're asses, right? Like they don't have that introspection to go into their life history and be like, you know what, man, I wasn't a very good person. So do you think because of your MS that kind of accelerated it, or
I think it's made it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, it's a brain disease. So I think it was a part of that.
So because it's a brain injury, it's causing you to like realize,
Realize what?
give you feelings as before you were a cold-hearted person? Is that what you mean?
No, it took my decisions. This is the type of person you're going to be. So yes.
Okay. So did they have you on any medication, or do they have you on any medication?
Yeah, they have me in the beginning. But I have, like I said earlier, I have progressed. There is no medication for that. Only the normal situations as MS, not progressive.
Okay, so let me ask you, what did they prescribe you in the beginning?
It was called Maptera.
Mm-hmm.
Or they were given in the beginning after the no, let's know about it, or before.
Mm-hmm. And from your understanding, there haven't been a lot of good. Did they come and tell you, oh, we've gotten some good results from this medication?
Nah.
Nothing that. Okay.
Every medication I tried, nobody said that. And probably went better.
What about any? Did they come to you for any new medication that they're trying to test out?
Yeah, I've been a guinea pig.
You've been a guinea pig? Okay.
Yeah, but it's only shit. They could have found that out before I got it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Give me a chance.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned they could have found this before, but is that something that's hereditary, MS?
What I know, no. But then I heard some people say it is. But according to me, no.
Is that something that you tried to talk to your ex-wife about, or maybe your children as they get older, or to a doctor?
No, the problem is I'm more like we're doing now. I'm answering questions. I'm not the instigator to that.
Right. So you're not.
No.
You don't feel like you don't feel proactive in it. You don't want to. Go at it. Gotcha. Okay.
Hi, this is Dr. Miltog, and I approve this show. Miss it at your own risk. And if you're here and liking it, please share. And if you don't like it, please share. Thank you.